Hello, in this video I'm going to share 10 things I save money on now that I switched to a whole food diet. Most of you know what a whole food diet is, but to be on the same page, a whole food diet consists of food taken straight from nature. They have not been altered in any way. Sometimes minimally processed foods can be included in this diet, such as frozen fruit, rolled oats, even meat and dairy. While they have been altered, they are still identifiable to their original form and usually contain one ingredient or a few identifiable ingredients that are known to be healthy. Believe it or not, but it was late last year, 2023, when I switched to a predominantly whole food diet. While I still eat processed foods from time to time, such as during special occasions or traveling, they do not make up the bulk of my everyday diet, and I always go for processed foods with ingredients that are identifiable and known to be safe when I get the chance. Nevertheless, before 2015, when I started transitioning my diet to whole foods, I ate a predominantly standard American diet known as the SAD diet, and I paid the price with chronic acne and dyspepsia. It wasn't until I moved away from conventional ultra-processed foods or junk foods that these conditions went away. Now that I switched to a whole food diet, surprisingly, I save more money. I say surprisingly because it's commonly said that whole or healthy foods are more expensive than junk or ultra-processed foods. And while there may be some truth to that, it is not the case all around, as I'll share right now. Okay, here are the things I save money on with the whole food diet. First is snacking. I no longer buy conventional packaged snacks other than Hu or Eden Evolved chocolate bars every now and then. I used to buy crackers, chips, cookies, granola, and cereal regularly. Even when I moved away from conventional junk foods, I still bought these items in organic or healthier forms, which was even more expensive. For example, a box of cookies, which I would finish in a day or two, would cost $5. Granola or cereal would cost around $8 and last only 2 days. For me, the serving sizes were never enough. I definitely overate on them. Each week, I often went back to the grocery store 2 or 3 times to buy these items, totaling $25 or more for one type of snack for the week. It was a waste of money and I got no nutritional value out of it. Now, if I snack, I go for whole foods such as nuts, fruits, and vegetables. If I incorporate processed foods, it's usually dark chocolate or hummus, which I pair with vegetables. These snacks fill me up more, can last me a week or more, and cost 50% less or more than conventional snack foods. Second is packaged foods. Now I still buy packaged foods such as frozen vegetables, rice, beans, fruit, and chocolate, but I steer clear of many packaged processed foods such as frozen meals, baked mixes, cold cereals, and such. Not only because most of these foods contain harmful ingredients with very little nutrients, but because they tend to cost more than whole foods. Even if you gather all the ingredients to make a popular frozen meal, when you divide the total cost of those items per serving, they are usually cheaper. So if I want to make a pasta dish, make my own granola, even ice cream, I just gather the whole food equivalents and make it on my own. Yes, this takes time, but I save in money and health, since I control what goes into those meals. Even buying packaged whole foods, such as salad mixes, which I still do, costs more than just making your own salad blend, so this goes for both conventional and whole food packaged foods. Third is eating out. As many of you may know, eating out has become more and more expensive as the days pass by. Even fast food restaurants are serving fine dining prices. It's simply cheaper to eat at home. Aside from cost, eating out is not the healthiest. While more restaurants are providing healthier menu items, I still haven't found a restaurant that doesn't rely on seed oils, inflammatory sugars, and harmful preservatives. So whenever you eat out, you're increasing your chances of consuming those ingredients. While I can't say I will never eat out again, it's not something I choose to do anymore. It's no more luxury or convenience for me. I only eat out when I have to, such as when gathering with others or traveling. When I do, I try to choose what I believe is the healthiest on the menu or ask to remove items on a dish I order. By not eating out as a lifestyle or habit, I keep more money in my pocket and have better control of my health. Fourth is drinks. This goes for all drinks: coffee, tea, smoothies, and green juices. Drinks are where you can lose a lot of money if you don't pay attention. There are some who have a coffee every day, sometimes more than that. To rely on an expensive coffee shop to prepare your daily drinks can amount to around $1,000 in a year, and that's just for one small basic coffee a day. It's even more when you start getting extras or the fancy varieties. This also goes for smoothies, juices, even wines and spirits. It's just better to make these things at home or buy them, in the case of wines and spirits, at a store, which is cheaper and allows you to control the ingredients you put in them. Fifth is travel packaging. This is sandwich and lunch bags or any packaging where you would store your snacks in while on the road. Now, on the whole food diet, I don't use these items as much, though I still use them. But they last longer, so I buy them less, saving more money throughout the year. When I do travel with food, especially whole food, I go for reusable glass and metal containers, such as those from BetGo and Clean Canteen. They are better storage items because they don't have the BPAs and other toxins in typical plastic food storage. So whenever I travel with food, I always go for glass or metal containers. But if you want something disposable, I also recommend using natural paper snack and sandwich bags. You can find many varieties on Amazon, such as the If You Care brand. 6 is food. I honestly believe whole foods are cheaper when you take these things into consideration. They're easier to get in bulk, they fill you up more and for longer, and you can get them relatively cheap, especially if not organic, since less processing is required for them. Regarding getting them in bulk, there are many places online and in-store that offer common whole foods in bulk, such as rice, beans, seeds, nuts, even dried fruits and vegetables. By getting them in bulk, you save money because these foods are often sold at wholesale prices. Plus, with proper storage, you can make them last for at least a year, requiring that you don't have to keep buying them throughout the year, thus spending more money. Regarding them filling you up, for me, I eat less throughout the day when I eat whole foods. I don't go through binges where I keep coming back for seconds or thirds of a particular food. That was not the case for me when I ate ultra-processed foods, especially junk foods. I often ate an entire box of a particular item, or kept going back to the grocery store to stock up on such foods throughout the week. And regarding getting them cheap, I find whole foods are cheaper than processed foods. I can get a week's worth of carrots, such as a bag, even organic, for $2 or $3, or 5 pounds of russet potatoes for $3.30. Compare this to a 26-ounce bag of French fries for $5, and the whole food russet potatoes is the better deal. Not only is it healthier because it doesn't have the seed oils that the French fries have, but you get more. And with a small time investment, you can make your own French fries where you control the ingredients. 7th is transportation. With the whole food diet, I go to the grocery store less, saving money on transportation. Whether that's taking the bus or driving, I spend less on bus fees or gasoline. Even if you don't have to rely on transportation to go to the grocery store, because it's nearby, you save time and energy in not having to keep going back to the grocery store several times a week to stock up on food that didn't fill you up or ran out quickly. As I mentioned before, with Whole Foods, I eat less, making the food I buy each week last longer. All this requires me to go to the grocery store less, thus using less transportation to obtain food. 8th is medications. When I ate conventional processed foods, I was taking medications almost daily, from over-the-counter medications like Pepto-Bismol to prescriptions like omeprazole. On top of that, I was constantly trying the latest acne medication, even seeing dermatologists, to no avail. It wasn't until my dyspepsia symptoms got worse, even with medication, that I started personally researching other solutions. As the general consensus online kept pointing to healthy foods as a way to solve these ailments, I began an elimination diet, started feeling better, then became dedicated to understanding food and how that can be a healer or hindrance to my health. Long story short, as I transitioned toward a whole food diet, I needed medications less. Now, I don't take medications unless on occasion, such as if I have a bad cold or allergy. I notice that when I eat something outside of the diet I have now, the symptoms of the past start to creep up. But with a whole food diet, I don't invest hundreds of dollars on expensive medications. That money stays in my pocket and is invested in buying healthier food, which again, is not expensive as many think. 9th is brand names. Brand names tend to be expensive because of the idea that the brand name is of more quality. But the truth is, brand names doesn't always translate to a more quality, healthier product. We can look at conventional brand names to see that fact. When I shifted to a whole food diet, I purchased brand names less, mainly because Whole Foods are not branded. A specific type of apple should be the same whether it's bought from Whole Foods or Aldi's, a chain discount store in the United States. While some Whole Foods can come from brand names such as a bag of rice, I go for generic brands when possible since I seldom find any difference in the quality, taste, and composition of whole foods packaged generically or from popular brands. I save a lot of money this way because I'm not paying for the brand but the food alone. 10th is dental work and doctor's visits. This might sound weird, but it's true. Since I switched to a whole food diet, I see the doctor less, only for checkups. I used to see a doctor frequently throughout the year, especially for my gastrointestinal problems. This amounted to several copays and prescription costs, which could have been spent on healthier food or for other essentials. And when I was eating a lot of ultra-processed foods, I had more cavities, which required fillings that are not cheap. Now that I've put junk foods aside, I haven't experienced new cavities. So a whole food diet has allowed me to see doctors less and save more money as a result. While eating whole foods will not prevent me from seeing doctors completely, it has greatly reduced my interactions. And it is now known that eating whole, unprocessed foods can reduce, eliminate, or prevent a multitude of chronic diseases and illnesses. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing the 10 things I save money on now on the whole food diet. May this inspire you to pursue a whole food diet and save money in these areas as well. If you found this video valuable, I appreciate any likes, comments, and shares so others can benefit from what was presented here. Please subscribe for more whole food and nutrition videos, and until next time, take care.